roster, kicked at Dartmouth in his career. And dropping deep for the Oakland Raiders, number 22 is Art Whittington, an outstanding rookie prospect from SMU, and Joe Stewart, a rookie from Missouri. A couple of speedsters back. Sun is just starting to creep away from the stadium, dropping into the Pacific as we get underway. And has taken a short kick.
And a good one.
And number 84 is Derek Ramsey, the rookie tight end. A short kick by the new kickoff man and field goal man for Dominic Lowry. And Oakland has the ball. They're at their own 46-yard line. Kenny Stabler will open a quarterback. He, of course, number 12. We spoke of him. Terry Robisky, number 35. Back Mark Van Eeghen, great day, the best of his career last week against Green Bay. He's number 30. Morris Bradshaw, wide receiver, number 81. Cliff Branch, number 21, the other wide receiver. The great tight end, Dave Casper. You see the offensive line. A good one. We'll talk about one man, Mickey Marvin, during the course of the game because he's outstanding at right guard. On the 1st and 10, it's Mark Van Eeghen getting the call and rolling over the left side. Gets a couple of yards, make it 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Defensively, Mel Lunsford, he alternates with Tony McGee. McGee coming in with the pass rush, but that's the front 3. New England, of course, predominantly a 3-4 defensive unit. Good linebackers, the 2 in the middle, Nelson and Hunt. They are tough. They give them, in effect, down linemen at the linebacking position. An outstanding secondary, maybe not in terms of experience, but a lot of speed back there. 2nd down and 7. The ball just short of midfield. You're looking at Ken Stabler. And it goes to Terry Robisky, and Robisky over midfield, the second-year man from LSU, held to a yard and a half. It'll be 3rd down and 5. He's hit there by Steve Nelson and Tony McGee, number 78.
All right, you got them off and running here.
We'll see a lot of changes, both teams. They are specialist teams. They bring in defensive specialists on 3rd and passing situations. Oakland will do the same thing. They move their down men about. Bring them in special situations. Right now, New England has adjusted. Oakland in a passing situation at the 49-yard line of New England. Morris Bradshaw wide to the right. Stabler going for Casper, and it's almost picked off, and it was number 26, Ray Claiborne, but the pass was just errantly thrown by Stabler. He had him there.
Casper definitely saved a touchdown. The ball was not thrown well, and Claiborne, very few people could catch him anyway, but there was nobody out there in front of him. Casper sees the ball is not thrown well, turns immediately and knocks the ball loose.
And that has been the question mark. People are asking about Ken Stabler. This man, Ray Guy, perhaps the best punter in the game. A little over a 44-yard average thus far this year. Single safety, a dangerous one, number 40, Mike Haynes. Remember, a couple of years ago, 76, the tops in the league at returning punts. Guy hangs it high, and he just did get it off. And it goes off the left side, but Ray Guy had to hurry. Schultz putting a tremendous amount of pressure on Ray Guy. So New England will take over. 1st and 10, the ball at their own 23 when we return.
All right.
1st and 10, New England. 23-yard line, their own 23-yard line. The quarterback, Steve Grogan. Chuck Fairbanks says he's my man. I'll go with him. They're questioning that in New England. Flooding back to the left. He fires to Cunningham, number 39. And Cunningham falls forward to the 30-yard line. A gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Grogan at quarterback. Andy Johnson is in there at 32. Gave us a super game last week. Sam Cunningham with a sore knee, but he's starting. Wide receivers, Harold Jackson, remember him from L.A. Speedster, Stanley Morgan, another speedster at the left side. The big tight end, Russ Francis, coming off a hamstring pull in the lineup tonight. 2nd down and 3. The ball resting right at the 30-yard line. Cunningham, single setback. And gets the call up the middle. Gets the 1st down. Top close to the 35-yard line, make it the 34. And let's take a look at the defensive unit. And Howard, it's a solid one.
It is a solid one as we look at it. Matusa, the youngster Dave Browning, and as Frank suggested in our opening, a team in the state of gradual transition. The linebackers, Hendricks especially noteworthy. Lester Hayes, Monty Jackson, the recent acquisition from L.A., Charlie Phillips, and the controversial Jack Tatum.
1st and 10, 34-yard line of New England. Grogan back, lots of time. Dumps it off, screen pass Cunningham. Cunningham pulls forward out to about the 32-yard line. Hit there by Monty Johnson. And Howard, as we look at that Oakland defense, one thing they're doing different this year, they're giving Phil Villapiano, their speedy linebacker, they're going to keep him always on the weak side. That gives him an opportunity to do what he does best, not get tied up with the tight end, but pursue, hover around the ball, get back in the pass defense.
In effect, row. In the meantime, it's interesting to see New England come out this way in the wake of their startling loss to Baltimore last Monday night, and that performance by Joe Washington.
Second down, 7. Ball at the 37-yard line. Andy Johnson, right side, and Andy Johnson collected and corralled by Monty Johnson, number 1, and then in pursuit. Well, big number 72, John Matuzak was there, but the Raiders, one of the fine pursuing defenses in all of football.
You were talking about the different alignment for Villapiano. That time you saw the tight end changed right at the very last. Therefore, Villapiano did wind up on the side with the tight end. So he just stepped right inside, and he really threw a body block into John Hanna, which knocked down the interference, allowed some of his teammates to come in there. He can play both sides, but they are trying to utilize his speed.
A loss of a yard and a half, third down, call it a long 8, the ball just over the 35-yard line. Brogan again, sends both backs out of the backfield. Oh, way over. Fires incomplete, way over the hands of the intended receiver. This is Charles Phillips with the interception. And Phillips steps painfully out of bounds at the 39-yard line, preserving bone and body, and opens in good field position.
This is exactly why, as we look at it again, we emphasized at the very beginning of this broadcast that the quarterbacks have been playing poor. Stabler was lucky to get away with one, and there you saw Grogan with the same problem he had last Monday night against Baltimore.
Plenty of time to throw, Howard. Great protection. Just let it sail right on top of him. Let it sail.
We'll be right back. Charles Phillips, Howard, fourth year out of USC, and Howard, he is representing what is a big major change in their secondary. He starts at strong safety. Atkinson's gone. Lester Hayes is starting at left cornerback. Skip Thomas is gone, and Monty Jackson's at the right corner. Handoff on 1st and 10. Mark Van Egan. Van Egan upended as he picks up a yard and a half. It'll be second down and 8.
There's Chuck Fairbanks, who says his team has the unfortunate habit of playing according to the level of the opponent, which is one of his ways of accounting for what happened against Baltimore last week. Well, we'll see about tonight.
New England, 1 and 2. They were beaten by Washington in their season opener. They lost to Baltimore in a thriller last Monday night. You saw it with us. Second down and 8. Robisky gets the call, makes the inside handoff, gets to the 35-yard line. It's going to be third down and 6 for the Snake, the passing down.
They're stopping him up in there, I'll guarantee you that.
Well, there he is.
Otis never played college football. He has played a lot of professional football.
Classic line, University of Mars. An exhortation for the Snake.
All right. Paletnikov, who does not start, but does come in, and dangerously so, for his opponent on the passing down, is in the lineup. He, of course, number 25. And there is Morth Bradshaw and Cliff Branch. Stabler, tight end, Casper, first down, and more. And the big one goes down to the 16-yard line. They say that the two best tight ends in football are operating here tonight. You're looking at one of them, and he has proved it with his credentials. The other man, Russ Francis, well, he is perhaps more of a potential great. Casper is one.
The thing about Oakland's passing game, which differs a great deal from most teams in the National Football League, is they design passes that are not to be thrown before a 4-second release by Stabler. He drops deeper. They're set to do that. That pass was not thrown until 4 seconds, and he's off tackle.
Banaszak, a couple of yards.
Another thing done, they like to work in a 14 to 17-yard range, which was exactly what they did there.
That's really true, and it is designed differently than a lot of passing games, Howard, for that reason. For the receivers to be able to get that deep, it takes another half or a few tenths of a second. So the whole thing is set that way. Most clubs, I know Dallas goes, they try to get the ball off in anywhere from 2.7 to 3.5, but nothing in over 3.5 seconds.
Banaszak, Robisky to setback. Stabler. Fires in the end zone. David Casper, touchdown Oakland.
And once again, plenty of time to grow.
And suddenly, the old Stabler. Two beauties in a row.
They go.
Rakee Dunn hit it on the head. He's had both backs in the pattern. Casper had a lot lot of time to work against Doug Bedoin, a strong safety, did his number, and Stabler did the rest.
That was a good cut by Casper on the outside, Frank. They got him to the outside once. He did the outside move, went straight up, cut back across the middle. It was a good pattern.
Earl Mann for the conversion. And Oakland leads the New England Patriots 7-0. John Madden likes what he sees in the early going, and we'll be back in a moment. Dave Casper has caught over 120 passes in his 4-year career. One of the truly great ones. He can do so many things. Also a fine blocker, and what a competitor. Set to kick off. Ray Guy. Raymond Claiborne is deep. A definite threat for New England. He'll take the ball in the end zone, and a flag is down back at the kickoff mark. Claiborne spins the twist to the 25, but there is a flag down. Back at the 40-yard line.
Ray Guy was the guy that made that one. Made that tackle.
He gives him quite a plus on that because he's a good athlete.
He does that a lot, Frank.
Oakland is offside. The decision now being reached by New England.
Always let them kick it one more time. They got to run down there. Got to run a lot further than that defensive team.
Offsides, number 20 on the kicking team, 5-yard penalty. Re-kick.
Neil Cole's the offside, and you're so right, Don, particularly if you have a Claiborne who is averaging right up there with the best in the business returning kickoffs, almost 30 yards.
They have two great kick runners, both #1 draft choices. Claiborne one, and of course Mike Haynes the other, the prior year. There's Van Egan.
Oh, and what a game he had last week against Green Bay. His best of his career, 151 yards.
Not bad.
Not bad.
What was it? Walter Payton, whom we'll be seeing tomorrow night, set against Minnesota, 274 yards. League record.
Claiborne almost assured of a return, even though Guy can hit it a long way because Oakland has been backed up to the 30-yard line. There he is. Number 26. Legitimate 9'4" sprinter. And he'll get his opportunity from the 7. Good Raider coverage. Hustling down there, number 80, Joe Stewart. A rookie from Missouri, a 4th-round draft pick, hustling.
He zigged when he should have zagged that time, didn't he? When you get that ball in that kickoff, they say, go straight, man. Hit it right to the other end of that.
Rick Upchurch doesn't believe in it.
He says you got to move a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to move a little bit, but you can't dance much back there because they're coming at you full speed, too.
They have bigger and better dancers.
Yeah.
And more of them. Ball is at the 12-yard line. Right now, this is a pressure series for New England. They've been down since the Baltimore game. They're 1-2 on the season. This man is under fire, Grogan. And Oakland is the kind of team that will really come at you when they have you hanging on the ropes. Cunningham bowls his way out to the 15-yard line. Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
He had to dance a little bit that time and make it substantially on his own. Sam Banks.
Monty Johnson had a shot at him from his linebacker position, really for a little bit of a loss. He made a little move, you're right, and picked up at least a yard or two.
Mentioned Monty Jackson, and I think this secondary has definitely been helped. They have moved the age out of there. Willie Brown still is on the roster, a 16-year veteran of Grambling, but there are youngsters back there now. They have great talent and great speed. On 2nd and 7. Grogan, a lot of time and no receiver. Dangerous pass. All the way across the field and deflected and almost picked off by Lester Hayes.
That's the worst kind of judgment that could have been employed, the worst kind of pass he could have thrown. And this New England team seems lackluster, and you don't like to pin it on one man as we look at this again. But the quarterback's having all kinds of trouble.
That's good protection right there. He didn't get the pressure. He didn't have to move out of the pocket. He still had plenty of time to throw. That's going back and trying to throw a 50-yard pass flat-footed.
His receivers were in strange places, I might add. 2 of them were bunched up on one side, 2 bunched up on the other.
Good point, Frank. They didn't move with the quarterback, and that's what it takes.
3rd 7. Ball at the 15-yard line. Both backs out again. Look out, Brogan. You have been captured. Hustling in there, number 83, Ted Hendricks. He is an opportunist if there ever was one in football. Came on the blitz. And, of course, it's not a safety.
No,
progress was stopped at the 5.
Crowd is yelling safety, but it goes back to where the progress was stopped, where it was first hit, right there.
And getting off to this kind of start could really destroy a shaky team.
I think the thing that bothers an offensive line more than anything else is if they don't know where the quarterback is. You work all week, you work all training camp trying to protect the pocket, to develop a passing game built on timing. And they don't know where he is, and they have a tendency to let down a little bit and not block for their regular pattern.
Terrell Wilson had to join New England after Patrick is hurt. This is Neil Posey, one of the best also in the business of returning punts. Terrell Wilson gets it out of the end zone and hits a beauty. Posey calls for, makes the fair catch. He didn't want to take a chance. He knew Oakland would be in good field position at their own 47-yard line. And, of course, all punters, I guess, now in football are actors. Let's take another one. Look at Wilson. He tries to draw the penalty.
Gerald, he's had a long time working on this one. He knows how to do that sort of stuff.
What is it, 14 years?
This is 15th year. I spoke to him before the game, and he says, you tell Mom that I'm coming home. He's coming home in the morning. Harold lost his father back in August, so he says he's got to go back home and straighten out some family business.
Oakland, they lead 7-0. 1st and 10. The ball at their own 47-yard line. Mark Van Egan spins over the midfield marker for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the National Football League is prohibited.
That's the start. Ted Hendricks, number 83. So many key plays through all of the years with the old Baltimore Super Bowl champions, with Green Bay, and with Oakland, of course, the past several years.
2nd down, 7. Stabler. Lots of time, lots of protection. Rubisky over the middle. Rubisky has the 1st down at the 41-yard line. Tackled by Sam Hunt.
Now Kenny Stabler getting all the time in the world is sharpshooting the way the world is used to seeing Kenny Stabler. Terry Rubisky is the kid from LSU who Mal Davis got a call about from Billy Cannon as the draft was underway. There's Terry, and that's how he came to draft him, on the word of Billy Cannon, who had formerly played for Al Davis and a Heisman Trophy winner, of course.
We saw him a year ago. Remember Howard in preseason right here? Good show there. He's now starting for Oakland on 1st and 10. And off Rubisky. This time he runs into number 50, the big one, Sam Hunt, a 250-pound linebacker. And there's a loss of 3.
There's no question that New England is missing Julius Adams, injured reserve, out for the year. A kingpin in their 3-man or 30 defense front. They've fallen back woefully in the pass rush, probably partly because of Adams' absence. Last year, New England led everybody in sacking the quarterback. This year, they're way down there.
Banaszak remains a setback. The 3 wide receivers in. 2nd down, 12. Screen pass. It goes to Banaszak. And the aging one, a 13-year veteran that seems to always get it done for Oakland, comes up with another 1st down.
Couldn't ask for better execution, Don.
No, you really couldn't. The only thing that I might suggest that Banaszak stay a little bit behind those blockers. He had 3 of them out there. He did a good job, but you see he moves, cuts right inside. He did all right. He came in there, stayed on his feet. Having a hard time bringing him down.
How was it for distance?
Not bad. 1st down.
The ball at the 24-yard line. There he is. They put him on waivers again this year. No one picks him up, of course. And then when they make their final cut, they bring him back, and he always seems to get it done. This is Van Egan, and he does it in a big way. He gets to the 21-yard line. A couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Tim Fox and Steve Nelson made the stop for New England. 4:17 remaining in the 1st quarter. It's Oakland 7-0 over New England, in case you just joined us. Arthur Whittington, a rookie from SMU, in the lineup as we take a look at Tusick.
Mild-looking fella.
2nd and 8. and bowls a little bit on his own and gets down to about the 17-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
You gave me a rather interesting stat on this young man, Frank, coming from alma mater. I was not aware of it, but he is the, third leading ground gainer in SMU's history behind Doak Walker and Kyle Rote.
Broke some of the Doka's records.
Overall yardage, he trails only.
Stabler says, sorry, Frank, Stabler says gave us exactly what we needed.
They really drafted him
Speed to the outside.
For a punt returner, kicker, and now he does have that great speed. They say he's strong.
3rd down, call it 3. Van Egan hit short of the first down, right at the 15-yard line, where it'll be 4th down and 1. Steve Nelson, Tim Fox, along with the right side of New England, closing down. Crowd chanting, "Go for it, go for it."
The thing they did against Green Bay is Oakland kept the ball almost 3/4 of the entire ball game, which really does put an awful lot of pressure on both units, but particularly that offensive unit if you're not geared as a high-powered passing or scoring offense.
Well, they knew they were not going to have that first down, but nevertheless, they wanted time to think it over. And this is Tom Owen. A lot of fans up around the New England way say, let's give him a shot. He was great in preseason, 60%, and specifically against Oakland. He was 10 of 12 here in the preseason game, and at one point was 8 straight against Oakland.
He showed very well for San Francisco, leading them to 4 victories in 5 games. Wait, make that 5 of 6 under Monty Clark, and then he went in the Plunkett trade.
On 4th down, and you saw how much, less than a yard. Banaszak, first down, easily so, down to the 12-yard line. Madden shuffling his offensive specialist in and out of the lineup.
Look at that cutback, Frank, right into the inside. Sees the flow of that New England defense. He's read those an awful long time. He does.
He's been looking at a lot of short yardage in his career.
You bet.
They released him and brought him back.
Somebody knew something, didn't they?
1st and 10, the ball at the 12-yard line. Van Egan. And he's hit at the line of scrimmage. Pounds forward for a yard and a half. Van Egan. Big man, doesn't have all that speed, Howard, but he can get it done.
He sure can. Kenny Stabler was interesting before the game. He said, why is everybody worried about our slow start? So we haven't been playing well. The year we won the Super Bowl, we got a slow start too. And New England beat us something like 48-17. Came right back. That's when you're a veteran.
Stabler, he doesn't like the way it's set up. He calls timeout. He'll move over and chew the fat with John Madden. And we'll take this opportunity to bring you this message. From the Goodyear blimp, you can see the baseball configuration here of the Oakland A's. They, of course, still to wind up their season, and the field will be actually reversed. And we will not be hanging out in this area where we are hanging out, bringing you the game, which Oakland is leading 7-0. 1:49 remaining in the first quarter on 2nd down and 8. And here comes Whittington, the rookie from SMU. Whittington down to the 5-yard line. They mark it at the 4. Short of the first down, which Oakland can still make at the 2-yard line.
Boy, has he filled a gap.
Yeah, he really
by
does.
the absence of Clarence Davis.
The question, of course, is his size. He's 5'11", 180-pounder, and the yardage that we spoke of that trails only Doak Walker and Kyle Rote in SMU history. Over 2,200 yards at SMU, and that's playing in a pretty tough league down there.
Yeah, those ponies are coming on, too. They played Penn State boys a heck of a game yesterday. They've had 2 or 3 years of really good recruiting.
11th play of this drive. 3rd down. The first down could be made at the 2. The ball's at the 4. Whittington again. That's 6. You can write home to Mom about that one. Arthur Whittington scores for Oakland once again. This is just sheer speed. Banaszak is out in front with a good block. 63, Gene Shaw. How many times have you seen him make that block pulling from the left guard position?
Actually had some penetration there by defensive line at Richard Bishop, but he couldn't get back there and stop him. And you're right, just perfectly executed.
Earl Mann for the Oakland conversion. And Mann moves Oakland out to a 14-0 lead over New England. We have 1:40 remaining in the first quarter, and there is a happy rookie from SMU. The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Football League. Ray Guy will set it up. The 35-yard line. Raymond Claiborne deep at the goal line. Flanked by number 83, Don Westbrook, number 37, Jim McAllister. It'll be McAllister at the 4. And McAllister is out to the 23-yard line, and flags are down all over the field. Our referee tonight, Dick Jorgensen. Preliminary invitation, flipping. That can only go against New England.
At this point in time, New England looks hapless and helpless. However, we saw something happen last Monday that we didn't believe possible as Baltimore came up with a miraculous fourth quarter. Let's listen.
Personal foul, clipping, number 52 on the run back, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Steve King clipping New England, and the ball is moved back to the 12-yard line where New England will take over first and 10. The beleaguered quarterback, Steve Grogan. No one ever said he was a great passer, but he has the ability to do a lot of things. Don touched on it. He is a fine runner. He's gained almost 1,000 yards thus far in his career. The call is Andy Johnson, and he high steps it outside the 20-yard line to the 21-yard line. Gain of 8. Call it 9. It'll be second down and 1.
Well, Andy had a heck of a game last week up there in that slipping and sliding around. If they had not had him run for them, they really would have had a tough time against Baltimore.
Clearly, his knee is getting better. He had surgery, was out all last year. And beginning last Monday night, he showed signs of the kind of talent he was before the surgery.
109 yards against Baltimore for Andy Johnson. Second down, a yard. The ball at the 21. Toss goes to Johnson once again, and he hurdled out to the 25. That's good enough for the first down. Otis Sistra moving over there from his nose position. And he moves a lot of bulk when he moves it.
Fairbanks has said, we're not playing together as a team. We're just not synchronized. Maybe that relates to the problems with the quarterback, Don.
I think it always could. The thing that he's been very emphatic about, he says, this is my guy and I'm going to stick with him. And I think that's great up to the point if it's not damaging the rest of the team. And if you develop a bad attitude of the rest of the team, you got to make some changes.
Andy Johnson, right side. And Johnson picks up another 3 yards. It'll be second down and 7. And New England obviously now trying to regain their composure, grinding on the ground, using 2 tight ends, Don Hasselbeck and Russ Francis. That's the end of the first quarter, and when we return, it'll be second down and 6 for New England. They'll be at their own 28-yard line. Oh, we'll be fired up and ready. That should be a beauty tomorrow night.
That is going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to that. Those Bears and Vikes, huh?
Second down along 7. New England has the ball as we begin the second quarter. The ball at their own 29-yard line. Andy Johnson, right side. Got it down. Found an opening and turns it on. Yes, sir. Over midfield, down to the 47-yard line. And big Sam Adams, and I really commented so favorably about him last week. He is another fine pulling guard, number 61. Watch him. He'll lead Johnson. Johnson makes the cutback right behind his block.
And look at him stay real close to number 73, too, Frank.
John Hanna.
Oh, he is there.
Watch Tatum now. He'll get taken out right here.
Well, John Hanna.
Yeah, that was
We've talked about Hanna and Gray last week, too, and over the past couple of seasons. Great offensive line team.
Andy Johnson gets a breather. 23-horse Ivory is in. Grogan tried to throw it in a narrow gap to Stanley Morgan, incomplete.
Well, Well, Stanley slipped on that play, so you can't hang Grogan with that. There are the stats so far, and look at the time of possession at the very bottom, which is so reflective, and the yards passing, which is the other signal item there. Of course, every team, it's old news, has to be built around a quarterback. Miami lost today, still without Greasy. Richard Todd racked up. That'll kill the Jets season today. Broken collarbone. Bengals winless without Kenny Anderson.
Draw play, Cunningham. Nice opening, and Cunningham picks up 6 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
And the final, Philippe, as everyone knows, Baltimore in trouble without Burt Jones. So the AFC has seen quarterback after quarterback racked up, and the NFC and the interconference rivalry has become totally dominant. Sometimes it's not related to quarterbacks either. Look what Green Bay did to San Diego today, winning 24-3.
Andy Johnson back in the lineup after catching his breath from some rather extensive efforts. 3rd down. Rogan wanted Jackson, and Jackson continued to fly. Either a mess up in the pattern or something went wrong, but in any event, it was Matuzak that stops Grogan short of the 1st down.
Good defensive play by Matuzak just to string it out. Grogan waited a little while, a little too long maybe to commit.
He was rolling out, looking down to Jackson, and Jackson just continued to fly. And whether it was good covered by Hayes or Jackson
Could have been.
thought he could run by him, I don't know. But in any event, 4th down, New England has to turn it over.
I think he had Francis trying to come across on a trail route, but Francis was pretty well covered.
You saw number 20, Neil Colsey for Oakland. This is Darrell Wilson. Hangs it high. Angling for the sideline. He got it. He made a beautiful kick. They're going to mark it inside the 7-yard line. Darrell Wilson, been around 15 years. He still does it well. And rounding out the 7 regional games, Alcorn State against South Carolina State, Boise State against Montana State, Hobart against St. Lawrence, all over most of these ABC stations. Consult your local listing for the game that you will be seeing in your area. Fine punt, Darrell Wilson. Oakland begins inside their own 7-yard line. And up, Van Egan. A yard and a half. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Don and I will be at the Hobart St. Lawrence game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Today's scores: Buffalo over Baltimore. I said how Baltimore misses Burt Jones. Pittsburgh over Cleveland in an overtimer, and another disputed call by an official. New Orleans beat Cincinnati. Tampa Bay won on a Williams pass. Quickly going down, Seattle a winner, Green Bay an upset winner, and Los Angeles nicked by Houston.
Mark Van Egan left side on 2nd down and 8, and he gets out to close to the 15-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
The remaining scores: New Orleans upsetting Cincinnati, Philadelphia upsetting Miami, Washington crushing the Jets, and Richard Todd out 6 to 8 weeks at least. What a blow.
An injured New England Patriot is down. 3rd down and 3. Ball at the 14-yard line. Oakland leading 14-0. We're in the 2nd quarter in case you just joined us. Frank Gifford, Howard Cosell, and Don Meredith on a special Sunday night telecast from Oakland and New England. Arthur Whittington is in motion. Banaszak.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Nowhere to go left.
The line of scrimmage might have got to the 15, but short of the 1st.
As Timmy Fox, we're advised that it's his lower left back that's been hurt. However, from all appearances, he'll be back sometime during the game. We're not advised that he won't be. Fox, who teamed up as a rookie with Mike Haynes to give New England a superb defensive backfield that this year has been strangely ineffective. The key stat on New England's failure is they rank last in the league in terms of opponents' yards per pass attempt, allowing 8 yards per completed toss.
You looked at a little lightning there in Stanley Morgan as Ray Guy is set to punt. Grabs the ball, pulls it down, gets it off, has to hurry, and it takes a New England bounce at midfield. And New England will get good field position. They're down 14 points, and they need to get something happening because Oakland is starting to look like the Oakland that we have known over the years.
Quarterback rollout. Quarterback rollouts. Utilize that extra back for a blocker.
They're not hiding their intentions. They're using two tight ends, Francis and Hasselbeck. On first down. Almost picked off. Intended there for Andy Johnson, and Monty Johnson almost got it.
Well, Monty Johnson read the quarterback immediately. He gave it away, and Johnson was just waiting to sneak in there, pick it off, and go down a clear field for a touchdown.
I tell you, trying to throw the ball out of this compressed offensive formation is a little silly against a team like Oakland. They have no wide receivers there, one wide receiver rather.
Well, there's something though, Frank, throwing that first down. He was fairly successful again against Baltimore last week doing that, throwing on first down. Most teams are not really expecting a pass that on that down.
Carlos Pennywell, top of your screen. Andy Johnson gets the call over the left side, and he's upended there. Loss of a yard. Back close to the 49-yard line, where it'll be third down and 12. Monty Johnson again on the play, along with Charles Phillips.
Tusack was in there too, the big man who plays sometimes, it seems, in spurts. But he can kill you all by himself when he's hot.
Third down, passing down. Oakland once before, same situation. They sent linebacker Ted Hendricks. Bill Jackson in, Westbrook is in, Stanley Morgan. That's your regular offensive set for New England. It's Hendricks again, and he gets away. Just Rogan has to throw it away. Once again, Hendricks set on the sure pass situation.
Don't let that man loose. He can be a wild man.
They really mixed that charge up. They brought in their #1 draft choice, Dave Browning, that time. Get a little more speed in their pass rush, and they also brought in Hendricks, and then they confused that blocking.
And now they have to bring in Gerald Wilson. There he is. Neil Colsey is dropping for Oakland. Wilson will put it out at the 7-yard line from just about the same spot a few moments ago. Angles now. The other sideline doesn't get it. Colsey has the ball at the 13. And New England hustling down there. Number 30. Masi Tatupu, a rookie from USC, was down there, 38-yard punt, and will be returning to Oakland in just a moment.
As we have
First and 10, the Oakland Raiders, they have a 14-0 lead. The ball at their own 14-yard line. Jimmy Stabler, very cool, even with the 9 interceptions. Goes to Van Egan, and a little extra effort on a down, and he gets out over the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 6. It'll be second down and 4. Mel Lunsford on the stop.
They called Stabler the snake, but he really snaked out yardage then. There's the New England bench, a quiet group at the moment, understandably.
Stabler's got his own country and western singer staying with him. Jimmy Buffett resting up on the broken wheel and sitting right behind us.
Well, you know, you really made it when you got your own country western singer.
I was hoping you'd get to that. That's pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah, that's big.
Short of the
Sometimes
first.
it can be your undoing.
Yeah.
Short of the first, it'll be third down, about a yard and a half. Larry Robisky.
Al Davis calls him my young Pete Bannister.
Got him on the 8th round a year ago.
And they got Whittington on the 7th round.
Got a cheap seat. Beautiful day in the Bay Area.
Really is.
Third down, and good New England defense. And Mark Van Egan is turned back by Mel Lunsford. He got a lot of help from Steve Zabel.
They're really tightening up that defense now, at least against the ground game. Kenny will probably start passing again the next time they get the ball.
Real good move by Sugar Bear Hamilton that time. Just kind of slid around, started in the middle.
Trigger Bear?
Sugar Bear.
Oh, Sugar Bear. I thought you said Trigger Bear.
Well, I have an accent.
He played for Chuck Fairbanks back in Oklahoma, right, Don?
Yep, along with 5 other teammates. There are 6 of them on this New England ball club.
Ray Guy will put away. Stanley Morgan is back for New England, standing at about his own 28-yard line. End over end, but it still goes a long way. Here's Morgan looking for the picket line and fires.
time getting this thing uncorked here tonight. They're their best field position in the series before this and lost 2 yards with that one. Now back up to midfield, and it looks like there's going to be a clipping penalty or something. Let's see. That's right. That's right. Thank you.
And that will back them up. They would have had the ball right about their own 44-yard line. And we'll find out about the offender.
Personal foul, clipping number 30 on the run back. First down.
Tutupu made a good coverage of a punt a short while ago. Now he's just cost his ball club.
Mosi.
A few yards back to their own 31-yard line. Francis, again, the 2 tight ends are in there. Andy Johnson in slow motion going around the right side, and anytime you string it out that slowly, you better believe that Oakland's going to get you in pursuit, and that's exactly what they do. Big number 76 Mike McCoy is in there now. They alternate McCoy and Sistrunk. They're starting a fine rookie prospect, Dave Browning, number 73 at right end. They say he is perhaps their best pass rusher already. Pete Banaszak.
Nothing to it, is it?
Gain of 3, second down, 7. Ball at the 35-yard line of New England. Rogan hands off to Cunningham. Cunningham out to the 38-yard line. Gain of 3. It's going to be third down and 3.
Well, the Yankees got a 2-hitter from the incredible Ron Guidry today, 4-0. He's 23-3, that's all. But Boston rallied for 2 in the 9th and then went on to win it in the 14th. They trail the Yanks by 1. Phils crushed the Mets. Bucks lost to Montreal. Phils lead by 4. Bringing them good position now.
Regular pro set. Grogan, this is a design play, I'm sure. And Grogan drops the ball, recovers it. A flag is down at the line of scrimmage, and Grogan is down at the 41-yard line. He bobbles the ball, and there's a mad scramble.
They can't do anything right.
Remember, a flag is down at the line of scrimmage. 21-yard pickup, a rather extraordinary one.
I agree with you. It was a design play.
Somebody down there has the ball.
I love the way each side immediately points in its own favoring direction. Without a clue as to who really has it.
Indicate that New England has the ball, but again, a flag is down back at the line of scrimmage.
Well, let's see. Well, yep, you can see those guards releasing on both sides, so that's really what it looked like. A holding call. The ball was ripped out of his hands. He dropped it, picked it up again, still carrying a little bit loose, blindsided.
Fairbanks.
Phillips.
Chuck Fairbanks on the sideline, the picture of disconsolate.
There's going to be a holding call against New England. That'll bring it all back. It was fun to watch, but nothing happens.
Look at it.
As disconsolate as if I've ever seen it.
I got to go all that. He's disconsolate.
Yeah.
Nothing going right for him. Look at it.
He might be a little hot, too.
He's not happy on top of all that.
Nothing we can do for him.
And here's the call.
Holding number 70, offense, third down.
Leon Gray, left side, New England. Nullifies a first down around the 40-yard line of Oakland, and it puts New England all the way back to the 28-yard line. Is third down and 13.
Leon had a couple of those holdings last Monday, if I remember right.
He might have had more than a couple.
Well, they called him on 2.
It was easier at Oklahoma, Chuck.
Not necessarily. There's pressure down there. Pressure.
Third and 13. Flags are down.
He's going to throw that one to Chuck.
Just the way it's set up, it looked like somebody was drawn off. Yes. Procedure call against New England. Somebody moved and Oakland came.
I think it was 81, the tight end, Russ Francis.
And that will back New England up 5 additional yards.
Instead of coming into this game fired up, let's listen.
False start, middle of the line, offense, still third down.
Middle of the line, not Russ Francis. There's a good shot of Chuck Fairbanks. I thought New England would come into this game fired up, Don, but they haven't. They've been a hangdog down team.
Third down, 18. The ball at the 23-yard line of New England. They trail 14-0. 6:47 remaining in the first half. They need to get something moving.
He fumbled.
Cunningham drops the ball, and that is going to hurt Oakland. Mike McCoy unpiles.
There's Chuck.
Oh, yeah.
We could cover this game by a series of continuing close-up shots on the coach.
Charles Phillips gets the fumble recovery. And Oakland is threatening again inside the 30-yard line of New England. Great collegiate career. Of course, at Oklahoma, and as I agree with you, Howard, it's a little different up here.
Ask Bud Wilkinson.
Oakland 1st and 10. Stabler, been around 9 years, been a starter for the past 5. This, of course, is 6th year as a starter. Arthur Whittington. And the little one is upended by Tim Fox, who obviously is feeling no pain from been shaking up a short while ago. Whittington gets a yard and a half, on a 2nd down and 8.
Here goes Kenny back to the air.
Yeah. That's not a bad place for him to be. You know, last week, though, he didn't have to throw. I think we shouldn't have mentioned it. He didn't throw very many times last week because they ran so much against Green Bay. I think they'd like to do that against these guys. That time they only picked up a little over a yard, so he probably will put it up.
Nope, draw play.
That's what I said. He probably will put it up. Maybe he should have put it up.
Playing it very cautiously.
Robisky back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a foot. It'll be 3rd down long again. Steve Zabel in on the stop. Now, Biletnikoff will come in. You'll see number 25 step into the huddle. Robisky will come out. In effect, what you have, 3 wide receivers. Biletnikoff, Morris Bradshaw, he's 81, and Cliff Branch, number 21.
Biletnikoff having a hard time, not too happy with the management. No longer treated as the superstar he has been through all of the years. Seeing part-time duties.
3rd and 8. Oh, big Casper. Casper. 1st down inside the 10-yard line. Tim Fox up into Casper.
Oh, boy, he was open from the line of scrimmage.
Oh, wasn't he?
Well, the key is, as you pointed out, we'll look at it from the end zone. He's getting all the protection in the world, all the time in the world, and you give Stabler that, you're dead. Casper isolated, Don.
Well, he got a quick push in there, but he really didn't get a good shot at him. He pushed on off. That was Rod Schote that was trying to bump him. Schote relies more on his speed than he does his physical power. Didn't hit him that time. He really got loose.
Brushed him.
Yeah, just brushed him.
Stabler, 5 consecutive completions.
Whoops, he says.
1st and goal. The ball just short of the 9-yard line of New England. Stabler wants it in a hurry.
Threw it away.
Away. Exactly right.
He really did. It was almost caught anyway.
Remember what I said. New England led the league a year ago in quarterback sacks. Now they're down to 22nd in that department in the NFL.
And one of those reasons usually why those things go up or down. The rush has to be getting back there. They really haven't been putting a lot of pressure on him. Got to have a good, strong linebacker play, the movement out of those linebackers. So it's an overall coordinated thing. Last week there were a lot of guys open for Baltimore. But the weather was so bad you couldn't really tell whether it was bad defensive play or they just were open. Tonight you're getting some guys open pretty easily.
2nd down and goal. The ball at the 9. Branch to the left. The toss goes out to Whittington. And Whittington taken out of bounds about the 6-yard line by Steve Nelson. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Turnovers killing New England tonight. Oakland's first touchdown was set up by an overthrown pass by Grogan and a concomitant interception. Look at that shot from that Goodyear blend. Talk about West Coast beauty.
Hold it just for a minute. Isn't that something?
Great Bay Area.
Boy, You understand what Tony Bennett was talking about.
Yep. As we pan over the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum.
Oh, nice shot, guys.
Third and goal, passing down. But we won't take chances. We have a 14-0 lead. This is Whittington.
And he did it.
He gets it away. Oh, flag is down. Same play, and Whittington scored on a short while ago. So the flag is down.
He really squirted through beautifully. He was almost corralled behind the line of scrimmage, but
I was just asking
he
you
got
about
him away.
He did. He zipped in there. What happened? Uh-oh.
Big break for New England. Big break.
Touchdown by Whittington nullified. Clipping call against Oakland.
Well, he scored 2 last week. Scored his second tonight. Had it taken away from him.
Personal foul. Clipping. Number 88. Offense. Third down.
Raymond Chester. Raymond Chester. Clipping Oakland. So it'll be third down now that the ball is moved out to the 18-yard line. Bradshaw, 81, and Branch, 21. To the right.
I think it'll be Branch.
Stabler. And intended for Casper, and Casper well covered.
He was really hit. Stabler was, just as he released the football.
He had to hold it because Mike Haynes was right with Casper all over him, and Stabler was hoping that Casper would uncover. He didn't.
That was Dick
It was
Bishop.
Steve Zabel that hit him.
Was it Zabel? I thought it was Bishop that came back in there. They did put some pressure that time.
Earl Mann, 1977, he was 20 of 28. Came from Detroit. Back in the middle of the season at 76 and got himself into the Super Bowl. 35-yard attempt. Hooks it to the left, no good. And New England gets out of what could have sent them sliding even further downhill.
New England is 4 minutes and 8 seconds left. 4 minutes and 5 now to try to get a score on the board and get back in this game. So far, they've been showing no evidence of being able to do that.
Well, I think he knew pretty quickly that he had not done it. So, why do I do things like that? Sometimes I just amaze myself. They did not close the door. They had a good opportunity. That fumble turnover. Wound up giving the ball back right out on the 20.
New England, 1st and 10. The ball at their own 20-yard line. They have a goose egg on the scoreboard. Oakland has 14. This is Andy Johnson. Andy Johnson does not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Do you suppose that their scouting report just said that defense, pass defense is so tough we can't throw on it? Or do you think they thought they could run on it? I would think that they're going to start putting that ball up in the air.
They came out throwing, and nothing was happening. They got their interception. That led to Oakland's first score, and I think what happened, Chuck Fairbanks started with his double tight end offense just to settle things down. That's not the way you're going to beat Oakland.
Yeah, if the run doesn't work, they have to go to the special teams.
2nd and 11. Sistrunk pressuring. Screen pass.
There you go.
Andy Johnson. And Johnson. Nifty pickup. Moves out to the 25-yard line where it's going to be 3rd down and 5.
3:13, 3:12, Frank. The half, well, we're counting down to the 2-minute warning.
Oakland 2-1 on the young season thus far. 11-3 last year into the playoffs. Beat Baltimore, lost to Denver. Denver, of course, going on to the Super Bowl to lose to Dallas. Pat Toomey, number 67. Old teammate of yours, Don, in the lineup.
Well, I didn't play with him, but he does come from Dallas. He is
Brogan to Andy Johnson, 1st down. Johnson collected there at the 37-yard line. Willie Hall hustling over, and Charles Phillips were both there.
designated pass rusher, they call him. Toomey says, what a deal. I've played at a lot of different clubs, and he says, man, if there is such thing as football heaven, it's right here in Oakland. I think he likes it.
Played with you?
No, I didn't play with him.
You didn't?
Yeah.
You'd have had the ball more times than you did.
Yeah.
They may not get this play off before the 2-minute warning. No, they will not. And there it is. the 2-minute warning. We can get it back on track tomorrow night, and we'll be there. Right now, there's 2 minutes remaining in the first half here in Oakland. The Oakland Raiders over the New England Patriots, 14-0. First and 10. New England has the ball. Their own 37-yard line. Stanley Morgan, wide receiver, top of your screen. Both backs into the pass pattern for Grogan. Grogan. This is the big tight end, Russ Francis, and he dances down the sideline for a first down at the 39-yard line of Oakland. His first reception of the night. He did not play last week against Baltimore.
He came open late. You can see that you'll see another look. Sistra had him to duck. Gave Francis time to clear out. He came right across. He just kept going all the way across. And he really wasn't open until that final shot at him. You see right here, he's trying to cut across, crisscross. Had a slip down. That was Monty Johnson. He opened up way on the outside.
Taking a long time for these receivers to learn they don't have to be concerned about getting hit after they go down 5 yards. Francis looking for Monty Johnson.
All right.
First down, it goes to Cunningham, and Cunningham has a first down at the 25-yard line, inside the 25.
And a good pass pattern, and they flooded one area, one zone. They had Francis coming out. They had a clear out with Andy Johnson. Let Cunningham come in there late. They cleared out all the linebackers. Picked him up for first down.
And Fairbanks yells immediately out onto the field, and quarterback Steve Grogan calls timeout. Moves over to visit with Fairbanks. New England on first and 10. Trying to get on the scoreboard. A man is open and overthrown. It was Harold Jackson crossing over from the right side. And Grogan knows that he had the score there. It was Lester Hayes who was covering Jackson closely.
But he was open, Frank. He had a step or two there. Hayes was fairly close to him.
If you're going to win championships, this is the kind of
you got to drop that ball over.
operations you have to
drop it over the head right into there. Instead of drilling it on that straight line, have a little touch to it.
Touch. We call it touch. He throws everything the same way.
Jackson is out. Westbrook is in. Second down and 10. 1:37 on the clock. New England has 2 timeouts. Westbrook, top of your screen. Morgan, bottom of your screen. Those are the wide receivers. Francis is open. 6-point. Grogan right on target. Francis getting clear, working against Charles Phillips.
Now we've got a football game. The game we expected going in.
All right. He's working over the right side. He had Ted Hendricks with him there for a shot. Hendricks couldn't get back. He put that one right on the line, and Charles Phillips couldn't either. You see Hendricks trying to come back. He can't touch him now at that 5-yard. What really happened is that it looked to me that Charles Phillips saw Hendricks there, and he took the inside move, and Francis cut back to the corner, and he just couldn't recover in time.
I don't know what he was doing, but Phillips was just flat-footed.
Yeah, he went to the inside way too quickly.
Nick Lowry, it'll be his first NFL point. Could be. It is. Nick Lowry from Dartmouth had a tryout with the Jets preseason. Didn't make it, and of course, Patrick, John Smith, the fine place kicker for New England, has been placed on the injury reserve. He's out for the season. Chet. 8 of Whittington. 80 is Joe Stewart. This is Joe Stewart from Missouri. And Stewart moves out to the 30-yard line, make it the 31, where Oakland will begin their operation. They have 1:27 remaining in the first half.
This is where you usually see Kenny Stabler at his very best. Over the past 5 years, where he's been perfectly brilliant and all-pro every year, he has had the capacity to save the clock, to use it better than any other quarterback in the league.
Howard, you're right about that in the past. He hasn't done it successfully this year.
From the 31-yard line, Robisky over the right side, cuts back, it's out to the 35-yard line, gain of 5, will be second and 5, upended by Tim Fox.
You were going to speak of Mickey Marvin, Frank. He was leading the blocking on that play.
Number 65 he's replaced as a starter, one of the fine guards in football, and that's Beeler. He's a second-year man out of Tennessee, and we saw a little bit of him last year, 4th-round draft pick, and they are really high on Mickey Marvin. A lot of speed, 6'4" and 270. When you can move kind of speed from the guard position, you have a great plus for your offense. This is Whittington. Whittington somehow manages to get out of one pile up, but he still loses a yard. Back to the 34-yard line when he's collected there finally by Mike Haynes and Steve Nelson.
See, the Patriots now calling a timeout.
Right, that's right. Isn't this interesting that Stabler, in effect, is not using the clock, staying on the ground and letting it run?
I wondered if he would. He was...
Well, I think the fact that they scored, that New England scored just now, made it a 14-7 ball game. When they were sitting on a 14-zip lead, they're going to go in and say, okay, let's don't let anything silly happen like an intercepted pass and go into this halftime all tied up. Let's protect that 7-point lead, come back in, get it going again.
Oakland has 2 timeouts. New England can stop it one more time. And will not take a chance this time either. And Whittington gets the call, short of the first down as he moves out to the 38-yard line, where it's going to be 4th down and 3.
Well, now then, they've got no timeouts. They get a good kick by a guy.
And the clock is stopped with the change of teams, so they still have their 1 timeout.
Oh, they do.
There's Stanley Morgan.
Well, New England knows that it's in a division that's all fouled up. The Jets are 2-2. Miami is 2-2. Baltimore's 1-3. Buffalo's 1-3. New England came into this scrap at 1-2. So they're in the thick of things in their division, where all the teams are having their troubles. As for Oakland, they know that Denver beat Kansas City in overtime today, so Denver is at 3-1. They're at 2-1. San Diego hasn't won since they lost to Oakland on that controversial thing.
Greg out of punt. Stanley Morgan standing back around his 16-yard line. Guy hangs it high and a flag goes down. I think we'll have illegal receivers downfield. They only send 2 men down. Of course, your outside men. The rest of them must wait till the ball is punted.
Meanwhile, the clock shows 18 seconds to the end of the first half.
Defensive unit back out there.
The rains and pours, and it's been a tough night for New England in terms of breaks, and yet they've got out of this first half. They trailed by 7, and we'll listen to the call.
Holding, defense before the kick, first down.
Defensive holding before the punt. That turns it around and gives Oakland a first down. The ball at their own 43-yard line. Jack Fairbanks almost in disbelief. But as I said before, he's coming out of this first half in pretty good shape. 1 Oakland touchdown nullified. That would have made it 21-0. Paletnikoff is in. Oakland has 2 timeouts. Stabler will take the chance now from midfield. Screen pass. Banaszak. Banaszak at the 45-yard line. Drop there.
Ray Hamilton really had a 0 on him, and he just got him in.
He really did.
Yep.
Gave evidence of how quickly he could move as he ran laterally and caught the run.
Oakland now kills the clock. Stabler comes over to talk to John Madden. 12 seconds indicated remaining in the first half. And remind you once again that even though it's Sunday night, we'll have highlights coming your way.
I understood that. Plus, the Bears would be 4-0.
Might even have said Frank deleteriously significant.
Yes.
12 seconds remaining in this half in Oakland. Nothing critical at the moment. Oakland with a 14-7 lead. Second down and 8. Stabler will put it up. Way up.
And you're right. He just put it up.
Good as a punt. Tim Fox, I believe, came down with it. Yes, he did. Doug Bedoin, Ray Claiborne were back there. It was one of those, well, if Even if your own receiver can deflect it on this year, it can still be a completion. Stabler just hung it up there and was hoping for the best.
That's really true. You're right.
As Staubach did in that throw to Pearson a few years back against Minnesota. Here's Cliff Branch, number 21.
This would probably be inspired by the new rule, Frank, that you indicated. That's the tip rule, that you can have your guy touch it.
Somebody has to catch it if you leave it up there that high. And
that's true.
Oakland has as much chance as New England. In this case, though, Fox intercepts. New England has the ball at their own 12-yard line. 3 seconds indicating on the clock. This will be the final play of the first half. And Grogan tries the same thing. Taken out of bounds by Bonnie Jackson. We'll be ready for our halftime highlights. And after this message and a word from our local station, once again, 14-7 is Oakland over New England from Oakland, California. Deep for he's number 26, the speedster, flanked by Westbrook, 83, James McAllister, 37. There's Claiborne.
All right.
Ran back 3 kickoffs for touchdowns last year, won a 100-yarder.
It's going to be a big half. I can just feel it. Let's go.
Guy hangs it high. Taken there by Don Westbrook. And Westbrook out over the 20-yard line to about the 23, upended there by Mike Davis.
I thought Westbrook had a quick notion there to hand it on a reverse to Claiborne, but
I did too, but he got caught in a rundown between second and first.
Offensively, that is the unit. Andy Johnson, Sam Cunningham, they'll be alternating, of course. Haven't seen Don Calhoun this evening. The wide receivers, 86, Stanley Morgan, Errol Jackson, number 29, the tight end, Russ Francis. He scored the New England touchdown, a 25-yarder from Grogan. Veteran offensive line, Hannah, Adams, the guards, and Cottis, the center, Jordan, and Leon Gray are the tackles. This is Francis.
They get him over there in front of Villapiano.
Grogan on first down. Man is wide open as Russ Francis. And Francis has the first down as he bowls out to the 35-yard line, hit by Ted Hendricks and number 39, Willie Hall. And I think you're exactly right. That's what they're doing, Don. They're getting him on the smaller linebacker, Villapiano, who didn't even try to hold him up. He went for some kind of fake action.
Well, as a delayed pattern, and actually did a good job of it, Frank. He blocked first and then released late. You wonder how a guy that's such an outstanding receiver as Francis can get open like that. But it's with that block that he threw first, then they released him. He came across the middle.
And Villapiano read the block, thought it was run, stepped across. Francis was open. Cunningham out of the 40-yard line to the 43-yard line, short of the first down by about 3. It'll be 3rd and 3.
while they're only in their second series, you can see that this team has a whole new lift as a result of the touchdown they scored just before the end of the first half. Different-looking ball club. And Grogan, as I said earlier, growing in confidence.
It's 2nd down and 3, not 3rd and 3. The ball is at the 42-yard line.
Chuck Fairbanks, too. Judging by the look of it.
Andy Johnson. Oh, there. Flag is down. Johnson has the first down. Where his progress is marked, but again, a flag is down. It's going to be a holding call. Guess who?
New England.
Yeah, you see that guy toss the flag in that area, you pretty well figure it out. And Madden says that's a great call.
What he's saying is, you can listen to me, fellas.
John Madden, this year will go into the NFL record books as the 13th coach in the history of this game to have won 100. He's won 96 in his career. This is only his 10th year.
Holding, number 61, offense, 2nd down.
Sam Adams, the right guard, number 61. Watch. Working against Willie Hall.
Well, he only held a little bit.
Just a touch. Backs New England up. Ball at their own 33-yard line. 2nd down and 13. Play action fake, and Villapiano misses, and Grogan takes off. And Grogan, close to a first down. He had to get just over the 45-yard line. Jack Tatum upended Grogan.
He was trying to wait on that block from Francis, and he just couldn't quite wait long enough. Francis couldn't quite get there. Maybe he picked up a few more, but I believe he... Well, they are going to measure, so we'll wait and see.
That's what you wanted, a rollout, only that was a bootleg right.
That's okay, too. I think that, you really do. You utilize it. I do think we're going to have a good second half.
They came out with a lot more snap, but I'm sure that first quarter they were maybe just a little bit embarrassed. And they looked like they'd snapped around just a bit. They put together a good drive that culminated in a 25-yard touchdown pass that got them to within 7 points. That's the story right now, 14-7. Oakland over New England. The first down is at the 45-yard line. And off goes to Sam Cunningham. And Cunningham squeezes out 3. It'll be second down and 7, upended by Phil Villapiano.
He really worked for that yardage. I thought Bob Oates, the venerable football writer for the Los Angeles Times, had an interesting column today. He talked about the spread of talent throughout the league, the expanded schedule, the relative parity of talent, and that's exactly what's happening in this league. The old cliche, anyone can beat anyone else on any given day, is now perilously close to true. It used to be propaganda.
Second and 7. Grogan, a lot of time but no receiver. Grogan tried to dive for the first down. He's very close to it at the 45-yard line of Oakland. He had to get just over it. I don't believe he did. Monty Johnson drove him out of bounds.
You can never say that this man's not a competitor because he really is, and he doesn't have, I would say, the highest regard for his body. I mean, man, he'll throw it out there, let him take a look at it, but he just saw that flag laying down there and did the best he could to get there, and I think you called it right on break. He came up about a half a yard short, but he will go out there and mix it up with you. He's had difficulties, we mentioned at the top of the telecast, with interceptions. A lot of people, myself included, feel a lot of those come from not having the ability to have that toss, that touch on that ball. He has everything on a string.
Third down, about a foot. Cunningham hurdles over the line of scrimmage, gets the first down at the 42-yard line. This is a different football team they watched in the first quarter.
That's his patented touchdown jump. Oh, yeah.
A lot of that when he was at USC. Of course, he was mostly utilized as blocking back there. It's the room with Steelers' Lynn Swan.
Red Rover, let's
And he learned going up over the top from Frank Gifford.
Lynn will do a little jumping for you, too. He likes to jump up there and catch it. A little regard for his body. He took a couple of shots today. Andy Johnson, and Johnson. It's close to the 40-yard line. Pursuing defense out there. Number 47, Charles Phillip. And number 41, Phil Villapiano, in on the stop.
Oakland played that very well. The blocking was stripped early, and the runner had no place to go.
Tuzak came in there and knocked a lot of that interference down. But once again, you saw him on a late shift put Francis over in front of Villapiano. And I guess from offensive philosophy, I would assume that if the Oakland team feels he can't play that tight end as well as he can the weak side, I'd put the tight end in front of him too.
Second down, call it a long 8. Grogan fakes the draw. He's wide open as Andy Johnson. And Johnson inside the 20-yard line. He's down to the 16-yard line, taken out of bounds by Monty Jackson. First down, New England.
Let me tell you, on this drive, as there's an Oakland player hurt,
Monty Jackson is down. New England, a different ball club. Andy Johnson will call again, another hole, and he gets to the end zone. No flags down. That'll tie it up if we get the conversion across.
Oh, that time it really was Ivory, that is.
that was young Ivory from Oklahoma. The latter had the unfortunate fumble of Brad Dusek that lost the Washington Redskins game in the final 2 minutes, but he can fly.
Had some really good blocks. We're going to pick up a lot of them, but you're going to watch Sam Adams, number 61, out here in front. Now, dude, he just falls on him. He's the last one there. And he says there's nobody out there. Once again, he put Francis over in front of Villapiano. Had a good block on him. Cut to the outside. There's nobody there but green grass. Green grass.
Night for Horace Ivory. Missed most of his rookie campaign a year ago. As we look now at Dominic Lowry. And that ties it up. Horace Ivory from 16 yards out. This will fire up a ball club, too. They were struggling throughout the entire first quarter into the second quarter, and then gradually they began to turn it around.
All right, let's watch what they do to Russ Francis, number 81 on this play, the big tight end.
Oh, boy.
Would you call that a face mask, Andy?
I would call that, but it didn't really slow him down much. He just kept blocking.
New England back in it. It's all tied up. We'll be back in just a moment. Nick Lowry's kickoff. New England from the end zone. Art Whittington is down there along with Joe Stewart. This is Art Whittington. All right, Art. And the pride and joy of SMU rolls out close to the 45-yard line.
Oh, we're getting it going now.
What a beautiful piece of running by the young speedster from SMU. Turning point in this game came in the second quarter as you look at Whittington again. Watch him. He breaks behind the blocker, finds a little hole there, and somehow escapes that shirt tackle, cuts back, and is still going. A great run. I was saying in the second quarter, the turning point game came. Oakland scored an apparent touchdown to make it 21-0. Was called back because of a personal foul. New England marched the field, made it 14-7. Now they've tied.
First and 10. Oakland's on 44-yard line. Stabler, down he goes. Hustling in there, number 56, Rod Schote. Stabler slipped, trying to avoid Schote. Losses all the way back to the 34-yard line.
Don told you earlier, Schote is in there for his speed. That's how he beat out Steve King for a linebacker position. We also mentioned earlier, we reiterate that Julius Adams, great front man in that 30 defense, is on the injured reserve, out for the year. That may have something to do with New England's failure to execute the number of sacks this year proportionately that they did a year ago. But right now, they're a hot team.
Second down, 20. First sack against Stabler. Banaszak or Egan. So set back. Stabler comes right back. Fires over the middle. Complete there to Robisky.
But not much. 4 or 5 yards.
Ball is down at the 40-yard line. Gets 5 of them back. It'll be third down and 14. Sam Hunt in on the stop.
There's Jim Plunkett, as you know, a member of the Oakland Raiders. Released by San Francisco, nobody claimed him. This man, once a #1 draft choice, and we do have an injured player, as Frank mentioned, on the field right there.
It's Sam Hunt who is down. He's way up to the speedster, intended for the speedster, Cliff Branch. He could not run under it. Defensively back there, Ray Claiborne. He could run right with Branch.
Really would question that throw because that was just a throw me up and hope. It's a third down and about 14 or 15. He's thrown into a double coverage situation. Branch never had a shot at it.
At a moment like this, you can reflect back upon the wisdom of playing conservatively when they had about a minute and a half left in the first half, Don.
Yep, we talked about that at that time.
Not that obvious, but this man has won many an Oakland football game. Ray Guy. And you're looking at Stanley Morgan. Another speedster for New England. Ray ripples a beauty. Morgan takes it at the 16-yard line. Tries to get behind the picket line. And attracts a lot of Oakland Raiders and is taken down at the 19-yard line. Sports Network.
Don't you laugh, Frank. Hobart had an All-American center back in 1920.
I wasn't laughing. Soon you'll be there. On first and 10. Grogan. A lot of time. Intended for Harold Jackson and almost picked off. Monty Jackson was back there.
With 3 men in front of Harold Jackson, Harold was free. You've got to have, that's where touch comes in. You've got to loop that ball. You can't throw it that way, Don.
Well, that was Monty Johnson that came across in the inside there from that linebacker position, and he did get his hands on it. He had a lot of time to throw the ball that time, and if that's an indication of things to come, then he can do a lot of crisscrossing patterns. I think that's where his success will come, and he has had it earlier with Russ Francis.
Second down and 10. The ball at the 19-yard line. Grogan up on top again. And open is Morgan, and Morgan steps out of bounds. Has the first down. He's out to the 30-yard line.
Monty Jackson is still out. The veteran Willie Brown, number 24, is in. Monty Jackson is groggy, and they won't let him come back in. So, Grogan is going into that Willie Brown area. Monty Jackson is as good as there is, except for possibly Louis Wright, but then man-on-man coverage. They're bound to miss him.
Willie Brown, a 16-year veteran out of Grambling, in at the right cornerback. Maybe a slow ended after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
To show you the importance, Al Davis, the front office man who runs the Raiders, attached to the acquisition of Monty Jackson, he gave up for him in the trade with Los Angeles a first-round draft choice in the next draft, a third-round draft choice in the draft after that, and a second-round draft choice in the draft after that. An incredible amount to give up for a cornerback. In the meantime, we just saw Fred Biletnikoff.
Second out linebacker. Excuse me, Frank. You saw a linebacker switch that time. Excuse me.
Cunningham. Goes for another New England first down. Right over the 40-yard line. He had to reach the 40, upended by Willie Hall. And New England now dominating here in the second half.
Exact opposite of the first half when Oakland was totally dominant.
You saw an attempt for a defensive change there with Hendricks changing at the last minute when that tight end would go to the opposite side. So New England just tricked them, and they came right back to the weak side again. Filippiano had knee surgery, missed most of last year. Some feel that he is not fully recovered, and his mobility is not as good as it once was. Now they decided to stay. You see that same switch.
Grogan has generated 7 first downs here in the third quarter. Handoff goes to Andy Johnson, and Andy Johnson goes to another first down.
Now that
by Ted Hendricks.
Excuse me, Frank. That New England offensive line is now synchronized and playing as a team.
Look at that lead block. You've got him coming in there. Sam Bamp coming from the offensive backfield. And John Hanna leading the way.
Always John Hanna is in there. The malcontent of a year ago, along with Leon Gray, the two of them now working as they can be. It's good, an offensive tandem team on the line as there is in the league.
Less than a yard for the first down. The ball just short of midfield. Grogan. He'll run for the first down. Dives over the 45-yard line to the 44. Flag is down. It moves the ball to the 29-yard line of Oakland. We're all tied at 14. 6:43 remaining in the third quarter. 15 plays Grogan has rattled off here in the third quarter. They have 8 first downs out of those 15 plays. Yes, they've come to life. Cunningham. And he bangs to the 25-yard line. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Frank, while Oakland has been the most consistently winning team in modern-day professional football, the one team that has an edge on Oakland in the career series between the two teams is the team they're playing tonight, the New England Patriots.
10-9 with one tie.
You are brilliant.
Well, I remember every one of them.
Cunningham is shaken up a little bit. Don Calhoun comes in, number 44. Cunningham, of course, injured in preseason, has been nursing a sore knee. He's gone to the sidelines. 44, Calhoun is in. 2nd down and 5. Andy Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Johnson is close to another New England first down. Otis Sistrunk slides out and trips him up.
They're establishing a certain offensive dominance that they certainly didn't have last week against Baltimore, and they didn't show in the first half. They're also eating up the clock. And here comes the big guys, Gray and Hanna. And look at Andy Johnson. He knows that's Sam Adams, number 61, out in front, too. Well, slipped in from the side there. That was a very nice tackle by Charlie Phillips.
3rd and a yard. Calhoun is met just over the line of scrimmage. I don't believe he got the first.
I don't think so either. It was a great defensive effort. Look at it again.
Sistrunk is at the bottom of that.
That's right there. That's beating him.
And
Monty
help from
Johnson.
Jack Tatum.
I don't know what that quarterback's doing.
Mentioning Tatum, by the way, 32. I talked at the start tonight.
Be red. There's Jack Tatum. And right now it's a big down for New England. 4th, less than a yard. They'll go for it. Cunningham is back in. He's the man that goes over the top. He's in there with Andy Johnson. And Johnson gets a call and gets a New England first down. Down to the 17-yard line.
Okay, now we can read that wire. From Bart Starr to John Madden, the head coach of the Oakland Raiders, please accept my apologies for my comments concerning Jack Tatum's hit in last week's game. This apology is as sincere as my original concern. Sincerely, Bart Starr, head coach, general manager, Green Bay Packers. Oakland did beat Green Bay 28-3 last week, but Green Bay upset San Diego today 24-3. Star at 3-1, and nobody would have believed it.
New England has rattled off now 10 first downs here in the third quarter. And 4:15 is remaining. The clock is moving. 1st and 10. Ball at the 17-yard line. Cunningham. And he draws a lot of Raiders. Bill Filipiano is there. Willie Hall. Hayden coming up in the secondary. Give him a yard, perhaps. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
I mentioned it a lot. Maybe this will be the last time. Maybe it won't. But I think if you're going to use a quarterback rollout, it's more effective when you're going in for a touchdown than any place else on the football field. And we've seen Grogan run fairly successful 2 or 3 times tonight.
And in this drive, 2nd and long yardage, Grogan has liked to go to the air. That's what we have. 2nd down and 9. Out to the right, Harold Jackson, the speedster. Out to the left is Stanley Morgan. Calhoun, single setback. Johnson is the wingback. I don't understand that one. Why did you want to Willie Hall?
Leave that.
If Willie Hall hadn't have called it, you could have called Grogan for throwing it away.
I think he was going to flip it to 44, Calhoun.
He was just more pleased with Money's route than he was with the guy who was wearing his colored jersey.
He got caught into point of indecision. He threw it right between 2 receivers, right into the arms of Willie Hall. Oakland with the turnover. New England in trouble. 10. Oakland, what in a call. Van Egan up over the left side. And Van Egan moved to 4. Out to the 24. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
That's the turnover Oakland needed for a pick-me-up. There's Willie Hall.
He has to be shocked.
The much-traveled one. Hi, Willie. Once they let him go.
What you were trying to say, Dee, was that he looked to one receiver, looked to the other, threw right in the middle.
That's really true. He didn't. Just that brief shining moment there, Camelot disappeared because he couldn't make up his mind and just drilled Willie Hall. It was right in the middle of it.
It's still tied at 14. 2:45 remaining in the third quarter. Here's Mark Van Egan. He drops the ball.
Camelot,
on top. Sam Hunt all over Van Egan. Short of the first down, out of the 28.
Each evening from December to December, before Steve puts his head upon the cot, he'll think back to all the passes he'll remember. And that one was not Camelot.
Sometimes you amaze even me. Somewhat.
3rd down, long 2. John Madden looking on. Van Egan doesn't get the first down, gets to the 30-yard line.
And now you can start wondering, well, what's happening to that Oakland offense, because twice they've had the ball, twice they failed to make the first down.
With that lift, you'd have thought the momentum would grow. Instead, no. New England held. Up to Mr. Guy.
And the fans are not pleased with that particular offensive bunch either.
Oakland short by about a yard. Ray Guy comes out. Stanley Morgan goes deep. There he is. One of those first-round draft picks. He, of course, came in '77. Second to Billy Johnson in the NFL last year. An average per return of nearly 14 yards a carry. Oakland long count, trying to draw New England off, and I think they may have done just that.
They sure did.
Morgan calls for and makes the fair catch at the 30, but Oakland taking the long count, hoping to draw New England off, and that's exactly what they've done.
That's almost as foolish a mistake as that pass interception a minute ago, because you're sitting there, the guys they were not trying to block the kick anyway. They were going to go back to set up for a return. And he just froze in there in the middle of the line and jumped offside.
Exactly right.
Unnecessarily.
Chuck Fairbanks continues to be on fire on the sideline. He doesn't believe what he's seeing.
You know, for the last 2 weeks, Stabler has refused to be interviewed by the press. We'll get an official call here.
Offside, defense, first down.
And his players, Casper for one, says, well, that he's such a team guy that he's afraid that he will either imply or infer that the interceptions are caused by other players. But when you see things like this happening, you've got to wonder, do they really have confidence in that offense? And they better move it or they're not going to have it.
1st and 10, Stabler right up on top. Throws the screen. Coming out of the backfield is Van Egan. blocker in front of him. And Van Eeglen gets Oakland out of the hole, all the way down to the 32-yard line, taken out of bounds by Dick Kahn.
Well, that answered that question, didn't it?
Yes, it really did. Beautiful call, beautiful play execution in every department.
Just a super call. New England, of course, fired up, mad at themselves, coming off that line of scrimmage. He lets them come in, drops it over the head of the screen. Van Eeglen does the rest.
That's why you see so many running backs that are the leaders in the statistical category as far as receptions, because that is really a very difficult pattern to cover. The linebackers have a lot of pressure.
33-yard pickup. Stabler again. Wants to hit quickly. A lot of time. Goes out to Casper, and Casper somehow holds on down around the 20-yard line.
That was a remarkable catch.
Quite it stole it away, didn't it?
Yep, quite a difference from the Casper of the opener against Denver, when unaccountably he was dropping passes.
That was Sable that tried to give him that initial chuck.
It'll be
Sable
for
was
naught
out.
because it's going to be called back, but it's worth looking at again.
Trying to get a couple of guys in that position. You saw number 54. Zabel was turned around. Got out to Casper a little bit late. But there was an infraction, and it was
Holding, number 40, offense, still first down.
Pete Banaszak holding. Filipiano on the sidelines, watching his offensive teammates, and they have just been moved back to New England's 42-yard line, where it's first down now and 20. Whittington comes in, the little speedster from SMU, number 22. He's in there with Van Eeglen, number 30. On first and 20. Stabler
should be intercepted.
He did not come down in bounds. Tim Fox picked it off, but he did not come down with both feet in bounds.
Vergile hurt his back earlier in the game. Tim Fox has been all over the place.
The most difficult thing about a three-man rush is the fact that they can disguise the defensive coverages back in the secondary so well. But most of the time, those deep backs are going to have double coverage. That time, for sure, you see Fox comes over, and if that's off,
Hey,
close
what?
there.
That is close.
I want to see that one again.
Well, no.
If he touches that line, he's out of
He
bounds.
touches the line. Touched the line. That's a good, really, really close call.
Okay.
I'm telling you, they're amazing, aren't they?
And they don't do it with reruns. They have to do it right now.
That's right.
Second and 20. Wow. Harry Robisky has nailed big number 64, Richard Bishop. Interesting, well-traveled football player. Came in New England in '76 after a year in Cincinnati, and then he went up and played in Canada a couple of years. And he will pop you, too.
He's the backup for Julius Adams, the absent one.
Ross is back to the 44-yard line. Third down now, 22. Morris Bradshaw wide to the left. Bolitnikov's in the lineup. Stabler. Wide over the middle. It's Morris Bradshaw.
No first down.
Short of the first down.
But he saved a terrible situation because he faced a tremendous rush.
Seconds ticking out here in the third quarter.
Stabler makes a pretty good move.
Right there.
Yeah, right there to get away from Tony McGee.
And you're watching another exclusive of ABC Sports. That's the end of the third quarter with the score Oakland 14, New England 14. We'll return for the fourth quarter in just a moment. Low snap. Right up right. Wide to the left. New England will take over first and 10. From the line of scrimmage, the 30-yard line.
He had the distance, missed the direction.
You just had a glimpse of number 12, Matt Cavanaugh. There are the third quarter stats. Now New England, as we said, dominating the game in total yardage, and they're slightly ahead. They've caught up and slightly passed Oakland in time of possession. I'll get to Matt Cavanaugh in a couple of minutes.
New England dominating the third quarter. An interception by Willie Hall of the poorly thrown pass by Grogan stops the New England drive. They have a first and 10 now from their own 30-yard line. Andy Johnson. And a swarming Raider defense headed by Charles Phillips from the strong safety. And Monty Johnson, number 58.
Matt Cavanaugh, of course, whom you saw a quick glimpse of, number 12 on the sidelines a moment ago, was the brilliant All-America quarterback with Pittsburgh a year ago. He has touch. He was born with it, and he is a tremendous prospect. The Pats got him in the second round because he had undergone knee surgery. They were satisfied that his knee was fine, and they took him. In fact, he had the knee surgery with them. They knew he had the bad knee, but they thought that much of it.
Second down, a loss of about a half a yard by Andy Johnson. Second down, call it 11. Play action fake, Grogan on the rollout. Bounces off a couple of Raiders and gets out around the 38-yard line, short of the first down, but a nifty pickup by quarterback Steve Grogan.
He's really an amazing runner, Don.
I think he's a very good runner. As a matter of fact, he doesn't have the speed of modern-day running backs, but outside of that, he's got the rest of it. He's got good change of pace. He's big enough. He's strong enough. Very good runner.
Third down, 2. Ball resting just short of the 39-yard line. Two tight ends are in now. 87 is Al Chandler. Johnson tries the middle. I don't believe he has the first.
Doesn't look that way.
It'll be very close. And it will be fourth down if he doesn't. 13:21 remaining in the game. It's tied at 14.
You see teams sometimes go in at halftime, come back out, make a few very slight adjustments, and it makes all the difference. And I think that's what we saw New England do. And I'm going to guess that it's something. I don't know. We'll see what they're going to do. I think I would probably punt right now. I think it's a little bit too early. But maybe, what do I know? It's 13 minutes. A little over 13 minutes to go.
Calhoun comes in. Cunningham is out. 44 is Calhoun. Andy Johnson's 32. 3 tight ends are in. So there'll be a couple of goats with button heads. First down.
It's not so much the idea that they couldn't make it as the other things that could go wrong before the runner had a chance to get to the line of scrimmage. The fumbles, the missed handoffs. And you're back on that 40-yard line for the New England Patriots. It worked out extremely well. They're off and running with a brand new first down.
Grogan not shaken by that interception he had a short while ago.
If he's not, he should be.
It's another New England first down. We said it last week. We said it again tonight. He can do a lot of things for you out there. Hope backs out. Still has the time, but no receiver. Drops the ball, hustles around, finds it. Charles Billiard was in there first, 77. Then came Pat Toomey. 11-yard loss.
By the way, we checked the records, Don.
I know.
You did have a year with Pat Toomey.
I did, as a matter of fact. Well, I don't know what I was thinking about a while ago. I was thinking about something else.
Watch Billiard.
I guess
the big man, 6'9", 270-pounder. He had a lot of time. He just could not find a receiver. That's a credit to the secondary of the Oakland Raiders. There he is. Missed most of last year with a bad knee.
First started to really play last week. A huge man with tremendous raw talent.
Second down and 21. The ball is back to the 32-yard line. Of course, Ivory is in, 23. It's Cunningham. Cunningham gets back out close to the 35-yard line. It'll be third down and about 18.
Come on, offense. We got to have this Sunday. Come on.
Well, I don't understand that call, Don.
Well, there's a lot of them I missed.
Seconds ticking away. 11:30 remaining in the game. ABC Monday Night Football coming your way. One of 4 specials. We'll have 2 more on Sunday nights and 1 on Thursday night. And of course, we'll be in Chicago tomorrow night. The Bears and the Vikings. John Madden exhorting his defensive troops. Third down, 18. Grogan again has the time. Over the middle, Alex Francis. Short of the first down. Out to the 47-yard line. Again, he had plenty of time, as he did a few moments ago. This time, Francis uncovers. He's open. Bonnie Johnson made the stop, but it is 4th down.
There's a good target over that middle. You love to see those great big guys. So you throw it down the middle, you know they got a chance at catching it or knocking it down.
Darrell Wilson will punt. Neil Colsey is deep for Oakland.
Ready for a good one.
Wilson forces Colsey back to his 12-yard line. Colsey finds a little opening and spurts out over the 30-yard line. Ray Costy hustling down there for New England. Flag is down on the field right at the point of contact. Flag is down at about the 27-yard line. Personal foul that's going to be called against New England. Referee Dick Jorgensen stubbing it off.
That's got to be a tough one.
10-14 remaining in the game. Here comes the call by Jorgensen.
Personal foul, number 47, defense piling on, 1st down.
Well, that's a good trick because they don't have a 47. I think he might have been referring to James McAllister, 37. Stabler, a lot of time. And it's complete, and it goes out to Morris Bradshaw.
He almost got away over there, Frank.
1st down, Oakland.
He's the man who's supplanting Fred Biletnikoff, quite apparently. He's got tremendous speed, too. Tricky ball player. He's been used on special teams. They've let up on that kind of use a little bit because he's too valuable as a receiver.
There he is, 4th-round draft pick in 74, and as you mentioned, Howard, he's been outstanding on special teams, but he just couldn't break into the lineup because of Biletnikoff. Now Biletnikoff, age 35, he has to be winding down his professional clock, and Bradshaw is there to take over.
And he's still learning the plays.
Little mental error. Stabler beats the clock. Throws out to Cliff Branch. Branch is down to the 30-yard line. Another open 1st down.
That was a beautiful throw. Let's look at it isolated now.
Came out of the slot. Comes out on the outside move. Just a quick move to the outside. Breaks away Doug Bodine, and I guess his foot caught him.
Yeah.
Just in case. I'm going to make sure you're down, says Mike Haynes.
Oakland now has a 1st down. Is tied at 14 in case you joined us late. Biletnikoff is now in. He's at the top of your screen. Branch is split to the left. And Egan gets a call, roars over the left side, gets a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
2 big breaks for Oakland, 2 critical mistakes by New England. That unaccountable interception thrown by Steve Grogan directly into the hands of Willie Hall that changed the momentum of the game. And then that piling on penalty after Colsey had received the punt. That set it up for Stabler to finally get his team moving.
Crowd on hand tonight, 52,904. That's only 596 no-shows. On 2nd down and 8, Stabler in trouble.
Boy, was he ever.
Boop, and down he goes, back at the 37-yard line.
Really good defensive play there. They read that one really, really well.
Blitz coming from Sam Hunt and Rod Choate.
Sam Hunt's listed at 253 in the program. He looks like more like 283. He may be.
Biletnikoff will go left. Dave Casper, the tight end, lines up to Stabler's right. Stabler will go down again, this time back to the 47-yard line. Set. Stabler did not have the time. Here's Mike Haynes. In any case, you'll see a quarterback sacked even though he has the time. He just can't find a receiver. That was not the case for Oakland twice in a row. New England gets back. No flag down. Line misses the corner. So New England will have a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line following the touchback and win. 1st down and 10. New England following the touchback. Tied at 14. 7:08 remaining on the clock. Andy Johnson.
Well, that was a good defensive play.
He gets a yard. It'll be second down and 9. Second down, 9. Grogan. And I don't believe that was Grogan's fault. Don Westbrook broke a pattern on him. Jack Tatum covering Westbrook. Westbrook did not make the out move that I think Grogan was looking for. Correction, 2 interceptions. Third down, 9. Here come the black shirts. And he fires it out, and it goes out to number 86. That's Stanley Morgan.
I think Colsey made a defensive error there. He couldn't make up his mind whether he wanted to go for the interception or try to knock it down.
Morgan ran the pattern just to get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Big play. First reception tonight by Stanley Morgan from the University of Tennessee. He is a complete ball player in that he can block beautifully.
Ball resting on New England, 32-yard line. Cunningham, single setback. Gets the call, left side. Men at the line of scrimmage, surges forward to the 35, a gain of 3, it'll be second and 7. Second and 7, the ball resting at the 35-yard line. Ronnie Johnson runs him down. He drops the ball, but it'll be ruled dead at the 11-yard line. The official said it was down.
See what I've done?
Yeah. That was a perfectly thrown ball.
That fella is some football player. Hate to be cliche-ish about it, but Russ Francis, his ability is just amazing.
A big question mark was a hamstring that he has been bothered with. He did not look like it was bothering on this play.
Now, that ball was thrown perfectly. He laid that one right in there.
53-yard pickup. Ted Hendricks bumps him at the line of scrimmage. Then he will pursue. Monty Johnson will try to cover, and you don't cover a Russ Francis like a Dave Casper with linebackers.
He split those two defenders, Frank, and the ball was laid right exactly where it had to be. Ted Hendricks is certainly no slouch when it comes to speed. He's fast, too, but he couldn't keep up with Francis. The ball was right there.
First and 10. The ball inside the 12-yard line of the Oakland Raiders. 4:17, and the clock is moving. Hasselbeck comes in for a very thoroughly winded Russ Francis. Hasselbeck, number 80. Andy Johnson gets the call, gets to the 10-yard line. That's all. Second down, 9.
Hendricks getting a little roused up, I guess, on the outside. He closed very quickly.
Meanwhile, we're down to 3:55 left to go and counting. New England in the driver's seat.
Francis.
That man, Russ Francis, going back in. A big part of the New England comeback tonight.
Russ Francis is the tight end. Don Westbrook, one wide receiver. Stanley Morgan, the other. The setbacks are Andy Johnson and Sam Cunningham. Second down. We'll call it 8. The ball right at the 10. Play action. Grogan goes out to Andy Johnson. Tight ropes down the sidelines, and he steps out at the 5.
First man out of the backfield got to be picked up by that linebacker.
New England can get a first down at the 2. Play action again. Grogan getting himself an option. He's in a lot of trouble and gets out of it. Fired in the circle, and it's picked off, I believe.
I think it was picked off.
Oh, boy.
That stuff off of the New England. Oh, Willie Brown.
With a certain field goal in the offense. Loss of poise by the quarterback. The big break for Oakland. The veteran Willie Brown on the spot. Watch it again.
Grogan got out of one tough spot. He did a miracle job getting away from this rush. Threw it into the end zone. And bounce off the hands into the arms of Willie Brown. Touchdown. 3:13 remaining on the scoreboard clock. It's tied at 14. Oakland has possession on their own 20. Fox coming up from his safety spot. Brogan now has bruised the knuckles on his passing hand. Tom Owen is on the sideline warming up. Van Egan gets the call. Van Egan out to about the 27-yard line. He needs to get to Browse, America's best, compete for spots on the U.S. national team, which will go to the World Championships in France in October. 2 minutes remaining to be played in regulation play here in Oakland. 3rd down and 3. Oakland has the football at their own 28-yard line. New England has 3 timeouts. Oakland has their 3 timeouts. Morris Bradshaw goes right, as does Cliff Branch. The tight end, Dave Casper, winds up on the left side of Kenny Stabler. Stabler will go to the air on 3rd and 3. Has a man open, and holding on is Mr. Clutch himself, Dave Casper.
Yeah, what a catch. My
Goodness, 54 yards, and none of it more important than that one. Oakland maintaining possession. Over, Bradshaw overthrown and picked off. It's Mike Haynes.
Oh, boy.
Haynes gets down inside the 35-yard line to the 34. 1:13 remaining on the clock, and New England has 3 timeouts.
Nobody seeming to want the victory.
1st and 10. The ball at the 34-yard line of Oakland. Andy Johnson powers over the left side, and he gets down to about the 36-yard line. A gain of 2 is 2nd down and 8. I really haven't got used to Nick Lowry yet.
Look at that.
He's got a wide open field.
Yes, sir.
Hill may go in. No, he's taken out of bounds down at the 3-yard line, but Grover.
Bootleg was the old southpaw magician, Frankie Albert.
Cunningham hurdles forward, stops at the 1-yard line, and New England calls timeout. Took New England to the playoffs in 76 with 11 and 3 mark. Cunningham. Touchdown. 16 seconds on the clock.
Send him down. Let's see him come over. And over.
He did not have to go through that pressure kick. Drills the conversion. New England 21. Oakland is 14, and 16 seconds remain for Oakland. Clear on the night, 2 interceptions. He has 11 for the year, and this just the 4th game of the season.
And Joe Washington is not back there, is he?
No, he's not. They kick differently this time.
Getting it back is Lindsey Mason for the Oakland Raiders.
New England
13 seconds on the clock.
I'm sorry, Giffen. New England was taking no chances of a repeat of last Monday night when Joe Washington made that electrifying touchdown run on a kickoff return that gave them the victory.
Stabler comes in. He needs a long pass to get it in field goal range. They have timeouts. They can stop the clock.
Field goal won't help him, Shake.
Well, I know, but it'd make it more interesting, wouldn't it?
Never thought of it that way.
Well, I'm trying to keep somebody at home from going to bed.
Oh, I see.
13 seconds. The speedster, Cliff Branch. Stabler in a whole peck of trouble.
I think that's
Caught and taken out of bounds. Clock stopped with the ball at the 43-yard line with 6 seconds remaining. Raymond Chester, maybe it was the receiver. Thanks once again to our statistician, Gary Klein, our spotter, Steve Bazika, and, of course, all the great guys who do such a fine job here at ABC, all of our technicians.
Oh, Sugar Bear almost
For your screen, he with the 9.3 speed. Hangs it up. 3rd interception of the night, this one by Dick Kahn.
Turn out the lights, the party's over.
Kahn is down, the ball game is over. New England has defeated Oakland 21-14.
Things must end. Oh, Kenny didn't have a very good night.
Danny Stabler throwing it off. You can write that interception off. The only thing it is, this is 12th of a very young season.